Today we have two projects featuring chicks. Here we have some chicks. I expect you are all looking forward to tucking into your Easter eggs this weekend. But have you ever thought, why eggs? What have eggs got to do with Easter? Now, something very wonderful happened on Easter Day, the very first Easter day. Jesus rose from the dead. Remember, he died on the cross on Good Friday. And 3 days later, he rose from the dead. And when we believe and put our trust in Jesus, we too have a new life as well. So eggs represent new life. Okay, so now we are ready to start. We're going to make two projects today. Both of them are chicks. So we have a solid chick here, and we have a flat chick here, which I have made into a brooch. First of all, the main thing we need is Play-Doh. Here we have some Play-Doh that I have made. And you can see I've got 3 different colours: bright yellow, pale yellow and orange. So that was yellow food colouring I made with these 2 colours, and I added some red to get the orange colour. We don't need very much of orange. Now you can use your own Play-Doh that you already have. You can make some salt dough. Matt's put a recipe on the connection and I'll just run through it here. For the salt dough, I'm recommending, the recipe is 1 cup of plain flour, 1 cup of salt, 1 cup of warm water, but you might not need all of it, 2 teaspoons of oil and food colouring. And you just mix it together and keep kneading until it's the right texture. And of course, many of you know I'm a polymer clay artist, so you could use polymer clay like Fimo or Primo, and there's some polymer clay. But today I'm using salt dough. So besides the clay, we need something to work on, so I'm using tile. We need a roller. You might have one of these already. If you don't have a roller, you could use a jam jar, Fagler jam jar. We need a knife. I'm using my craft knife. This is really for adults only. Other people could use just some ordinary knife or a plastic knife. You need cutters. I've got these cutters in 2 different sizes, as you can see here. You could possibly use cutters if you've got them with your Play-Doh kit, or otherwise you could make some cutters. These came from a mouthwash. You can see they're about the right size. Here we have sellotape. Look around and see if you can find some cutters. Or alternatively, you could draw around a piece of card and cut round it, and that would give you a template to cut round. You will need some eyes. Now here we have googly eyes that I've bought from Asda. Can you see those? Oops, one's gone. There we go. Other supermarkets are available. So googly eyes are perfect. We glue those on at the end. But if you can't get googly eyes, I've got some here, which I have got at least one anyway. I don't know where the other one's gone. This has been made just with a tiny bit of white paper with a black dot on it. And I managed to get that tiny paper from my hole puncher, which has lots of tiny bits of paper. So that's a good way of making eyes, nearly as good as the googly eyes. So that's good. What else do we need? We need some glue for gluing on the eyes at the end. I'm using super glue, but you could just use normally UVA glue or possibly other glue. And a cocktail stick. Not to mention that cocktail stick. So I think that's everything really. Okay, let's get started. So first of all, we'll start with the model. So we're taking a piece of bright yellow dough and we're just squashing it together and making it into a lovely round ball. There we go. You can do that. It's about the right size. So that's the body of the chick. And then we take another piece, quite a small piece for the head. That's the chick, and we stick that on. Maybe the body needs to be a bit bigger. So you can decide what size you want for the chick. So remember, a chick is quite round. With your cocktail stick, you start making some feather marks and make it nice and fluffy. And you'll do that all over the chick. So that's how you carry on. So I've only done half of it, so you can see you would flick over the whole side to make it nice and fluffy. So take a bit of yellow, light yellow clay, and squash that out. Flatten it with the roller. Can you see this all right? Take the cutter, small cutter, and cut that in half. So you can see I've got 2 semicircles there, and with that I'm just going to do a few cuts at the bottom to make a wing shape. Okay, so I'll do that with both of those. With the orange clay, I'm just going to make the legs. So the orange clay, you need to make 2 long thin rectangles for the legs. So I've made 2 rectangles there, and I'm just going to do the edges again to separate the toes a little bit. It's better if they're separated. There we are. And with another bit of the orange clay, I'm going to make the beak. So you can either make a diamond shape, or you can make a triangle shape. Or the easiest way to do that is to make a rectangle again, and then change that into a diamond. Right, piecing your thing together, bring you over to something I've already prepared. Here's one I prepared earlier, and you can see I've flicked all over it, so it's got a nice texture of woolliness, fluffiness. And we have, bring over the 2, these I made earlier, so they're a little bit drier, which makes them a bit easier to manage. The 2 feet for him to stand on, like that. And the wings go at the side. You can just decide where they're going to go. So you put 1 wing each side. And the beak goes in place here. There we are. Sometimes it's easier if you've made a little hole first to put the beak on. And that can go in the oven. So it goes in the oven for about an hour at a very low temperature. What are you going to do with it? So, what I suggest you do is you make yourself, it could either be a gift or it could be a table decoration. And there you go. What you can see, I've decorated my egg box. I've washed some shells to make them nice and clean. I've put a nice little gift in there, one of those cream eggs, and there goes the chick at the front. So that's our first project completed. Moving on to our second project, very similar to our first project, it's going to be one of these, which I've added a brooch back to it, like that, or if you wanted you could add a magnet or something. So with our bright yellow clay, we roll it out, and roll it out and make a large circle and a small circle. We might just cut off the top of the large circle there. So that's the shape. Add the head. Softens in quite nicely. And that we've got our basic chick shape. So do the same again. We flick all over to get the feathery thing like we did before. And then we add same things as we added last time. So we had the wing. We only need one wing for this one. And a beak, little beak in here. And legs. So here's some legs. When you've added things, you might want to flick a bit more to get the texture right again. So there basically we have a flat chick. There we go. You can see that. Okay, and here's what I made earlier. Now, I did get the idea of these ones from a friend of mine called Fiona Abel-Smith, who you can find on YouTube. I'll just show you her details. And she has made quite a lot of different animal brooches. So if you look up Fiona Abel-Smith on YouTube, animal brooches, you can get some more ideas. So as well as this, here are some of the other ones I've made. There's a frog, oops, there's a sheep, there's a pig, and there's a duck. And that, when you look a bit closer, there you go. So enjoy your crafting this week. Hope you have a fun time and send in your photos, please. Thank you.